What's going on, everybody? My name is Lobo1 and welcome back to another video of sorts. This is going to be the first video in my hopefully month-long journey of daily uploads. Uh, this is not exactly what I would call difficult content to make or super high quality, but I wanted to make this tier list of Call of Duty games for several factors. One, I see some takes of Call of Duty games that are just flat out fucking wrong, and you gotta call it out on that. And as someone who is, well, I'm old. I'm not old, but I'm like on status. It sucks. Can't be cool. Ugh, that's not the point. Point being is look, some people that just haven't been around as long as me. I mean, I've been playing these games since, well, the release of like 95% of them, and I have extensive knowledge in every single one that I've put down thousands of hours into, right? I'm not as old as some people that have played these, but well, let's just go over the tiers, right? Shall we? We have goated, which are obviously the goated games. No need much explanation there. Amazing, they're amazing games. Great with flaws. They're great games, but they have flaws. Has a reason to play. Alright, it may not be that very good of a game, but there is a reason to play that game. That, I mean, you could play. Bland and boring. It's plain and simple. Some games are just, they're bland and they're fucking boring. Why would you ever play this? It brings nothing to the table that would have you want to play this. Absolute dog shit. There's just some games on there that's just absolute dog shit and haven't played. Now, I played all these games, but when was the last time I played Call of Duty 1 or 2? Or 3? I don't know. 3 is not on here, or 1 or 2. One of the original trilogies is not on here. And I played them when I was like 7. Okay, I haven't played these in years, so both of these are just gonna go here, right? And the haven't played. Now, Call of Duty 4 was a bit before my time, alright? And how I should go my criteria for this. This is going to be not what it did for the series. It's not going to go, all legacy bonus, right? Legacy bonus, COD 4 goes up into goated or something, right? But we're not giving any legacy bonus. This is going to be the game as itself, as it, I guess, was. But we can't think of like 2007. We can't be like, oh man, look at pictures of, put your mind back in 2007 and put, COD 4 and goated. It's like, no, you look at the game as it is and put it where it is. Like, this is campaign, multiplayer, and if it has an extra mode, it has an extra mode. And we great. Hold up. This is editing Lobo1, and I forgot to mention that this is also another criteria that I just didn't talk about, but I thought of it as I made these, is I didn't want to bloat tiers, right? Because you could put, like, the 7, 8, 9 best Call of Duties all in the top 2 tiers. I didn't want that. It just, like, you don't think of, like, being in great with flaws as a negative on the game, or, has a reason to play, is still a good game, or whatnot. But I wanted to also kind of keep the tiers diverse. I didn't want to slap everything in goated, or, live in my rose-tinted glasses with nostalgia on. And I think I did a pretty good list here. So, I'll go back and just, yeah, just go back to the video. It off of that, right? We're grading all 3 modes, okay? We could do multiplayer, just exclusive tier list, and personalized tier list. Like a game like Black Ops 3 is going to, it's a great game, but its campaign is, ugh. But we're gonna look at it at that mindset. Like COD 4, like, has a reason to play it. It's got a pretty good campaign, right? It's a fun campaign. It's a cool campaign, and and it could go up and down, right? We can't really play the multiplayer anymore because it's fucked beyond belief. But there is a reason. I guess you should put this in the mindset of, if you were to pick one of these games up right now and play it, we could do legacy, and it could put it up in goated and stuff. But, or maybe not even that. I guess you gotta do a little bit of legacy, right? So it's great with flaws. It has its flaws in its multiplayer. It's got its flaw. It's a great game. Can't just give it a legacy bonus because it spawned the franchise and whatnot. The campaign was great, of course. I mean, it's got some of the the greatest mission of all time. One of them is all gillied up, and this game was really good, right? Next would be World at War. I mean, it's a step down in multiplayer. It's got zombies though, but we're not getting a legacy bonus because it introduced zombies. And realistically, I guess this one would be it's got a cool campaign to play. Its multiplayer though was just a step down from COD 4's. These two are a bit before my time, right? But I have played them even I've played them. I can't say semi recently, but I've played them before servers went to shit, right? Uh, World at War Zombies is an experience. It's fine. Never play World at War Zombies if you don't have to. Now it does have customs if you're on PC, which is goated, of course. So if that's the case, I mean, I guess that's the reason to play. It had customs and that stuff like that. But I can't put it up here quite with great with flaws because it is just, I guess, naturally just a step below COD 4, especially at the time with multiplayer and whatnot. I think it's got a, I mean, its campaign is fucking sick. All right, it's an actual good World at War campaign, World War II campaign. We can get to these two later. Now it has a reason to play. It's probably a bit mean for this, but I wanted to make, you know, better tiers than just S, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, right? Because like it's kind of bland and boring. Modern Warfare 2. So this game is unique in the fact that everything in the game was so absolutely broken that everything was broken, right? And like, I mean, dude, I loved Modern Warfare 2, right? I loved it. I had a poster of it when I was a kid, posted up on my wall. It was sick. Now, if we want to grade this, not off of, you know, 2009 and the mindset everybody had then, right? But look at a more realistic, constructive criticism point of view. It's a great game. Everything was broken, and that means, you know, the balancing was fine. It had some of the best maps in multiplayer of all time. It had Spec Ops, which was great. And its campaign was over the top, absolute bonkers nuts, crazy. However, I mean, I don't want to. It probably should go in goated because it's a goated game. But I had to drop it down to amazing. To the simple fact is, this is nostalgia. It is. It truly is. However, it isn't fun getting shit on by a guy who just drops a nuke every game. Like, it's just not, right? And there's a lot of flaws with this game. The whole nuke thing, the Harrier into Pavlo and a nuke, one-man army, all these broken shits, right? And as a whole, it's multiplayer. I mean, we'll get to it in a second, but if we direct comparison to Modern Warfare 3, which I'll do later, I can't, like, I mean, maybe, like, you have to drop it down to great with flaws, right? It's an amazing game, but it has its flaws, and it really messes it up. But, I mean, its campaign is absolutely phenomenal. It does introduce Spec Ops, which is a side mode, which these games, I mean, this one had, you know, zombies, but I mean, I think it's clearly a step below. Or I mean, we could do this and then do this. Now, people will see Modern Warfare 2 down here and freak the fuck out, but I keep it 100, right? I keep it real. It's great. It has its flaws. It had its flaws back then. Right, this isn't the mindset. This is 2024 here, people. We're in 2024. You can't be thinking about this game back in 2009, 2010, 2011, right? But I will keep it in amazing because I put Black Ops 1 great with flaws. I don't want to say I hate this multiplayer because I don't, but it is not my ideal multiplayer. I do not like the feel of the game. The feel of the multiplayer, at least, right? It just doesn't feel very good to play. Now, people will hate this. Be like, I mean, I don't know how to explain it. I can't really put my finger on it, right? But that's just me. I mean, the quick scoping in this game is horrible. Horrible. It does not feel good to use a sniper in this game. The campaign is great. Phenomenal campaign. What are the numbers makes it like it's there for it's great, right? It has its flaws. And its zombies are good, but you know, I mean, we can get to better zombies games later on. Modern Warfare 3. Now, this game is huge nostalgia for me, as it is truly like the first real game I put bajillion of hours in. Like, these games I all played, right? But I was, you know, I don't want to reveal my age, but I was much younger than I was when I was playing this. Also, with this, had a crazy life cycle. I was playing this shit until like 2014. All right, this game is great, and I'll put it right up here with amazing. This is more so in hindsight. At the time, everybody hated this game. Modern Warfare 2 was better. Black Ops 1, blah 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 blah. But you gotta take the rose tinted glasses off. Campaign to Modern Warfare 2. I mean, we can do like the campaign comparisons, right? If you want to say, you know, Modern Warfare 3 is like balanced Modern Warfare 2. People hated it at the time because it's so much similar to Modern Warfare 2, from what I've heard and remember, right? Its campaign to campaign are just I mean, this campaign was fucking wild. Now, it's over the top, nuts to butts, absolute batshit crazy. I mean, but so was this one. They both were absolute batshit crazy games, right? However, we cannot disrespect the whole game entirety. We're not just looking at multiplayer, right? Even then, multiplayer. I mean, Modern Warfare 3, dude. Dude, infection lobbies, right? Custom infection lobbies back in 2014 were absolute bonkers. They were great. Hell, I won't get into that. But this game here, I mean, it was, in my opinion, it's a better game than Modern Warfare 2, like game to game. Full game entirety, right? It's got a better Spec Ops. It has better. It has, it added survival to Spec Ops, just makes it Spec Ops. It's Spec Ops. It's better. Multiplayer. If you want to argue Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, sure, right? But we don't live in nostalgia here. We don't live with no rose-tinted glasses on. This game is amazing. All right, it's up there for a reason. But Modern Warfare 3, I mean, it's better game. Now, if we want to go more in depth to, in the depth of multiplayer and, drive deep, like multiplayer to multiplayer, I mean, you could probably change these around, but I'm trying to view it as like the big picture, the game in itself, as the game to play, right? We're not gonna fuck around with Black Ops 2. It is the best Call of Duty of all time, even though it's not my personal favorite, because that one, that's personal feelings. It is the best Call of Duty game, hands down. I don't think it's actually close. Campaign, it has a top 3 campaign in the series, right? It has a top 3 multiplayer in the series, and zombies is top 2, right? It is that fucking good, all right? If you want to argue, like, you want to argue Modern Warfare 2 multiplayer, right? Whatever, right? But Modern Warfare 2's campaign isn't better than, I mean, it's maybe top 5, maybe top 6, but it's not top 3, top 2. It's side mode. Spec Ops is like one of the worst side modes here, right? I mean, it's better than this side mode. And maybe Extinction. I mean, we can just get Extinction. Just put this shit fucking shit here. I mean, look, it has an awful multiplayer. I'm not gonna lie with you, right? I can't say it's awful, but like it's absolute dog shit. It truly was, right? At the time playing it, it was fun, cool, whatever. Campaign. People kind of like suck off this campaign, right? But they have no knowledge of how truly, like, what the fuck is going on, right? And you know why people love this campaign? People love this campaign off of the cliffhanger ending, right? Rourke, spoilers for a 2013 game, 11 years, almost 11. Rourke, comes out, survives, and kidnaps Logan. First of all, that's just really fucking stupid. All right, how do you not see him emerge from the beach? It's just straight up was sequel bait. Right, and that's why people fucking love it, because it was left on a cliffhanger and people want to see it continue, right? That is why people like the campaign, right? Its story of campaign was absolutely fucking ridiculous and stupid, right? You can watch all the fucking videos of that, go in depth about it, that, like, yeah, it's fucking stupid. Multiplayer, I mean, dude, the maps were horrible, everything about it was just dog shit. It's not truly like a dog shit game. I mean, Extinction also kind of fucking blows. Like, it's not absolute dog shit, but this is a Call of Duty tier list, right? So, like, if you compare this to, like, a different game that's, like, a truly dog shit game, sure, it's not, like, it's not a horrible game, but you have to compare these Call of Duty games to Call of Duties, right? And it is, in my opinion, I mean, worst Call of Duty. Maybe one of the worst. It's a bottom 3 Call of Duty, and it's as plain as simple as that. Advanced Warfare. Why would you ever play this? It is a step up from Ghost. It introduced a whole bunch of bullshit with fucking loot boxes. And I'm a guy who we love loot boxes and gambling and shit, but why would you ever play this? Its campaign is meh. Its multiplayer is meh. And its extra mode, its zombies, was pretty horrific. Pretty horrific. I had a yawn there. Sorry. But like, okay. It's first DLC. You had to straight up, to get zombies, you had to actually buy the first DLC, didn't you? Man, that's sick. But like, there's no reason to have to play this, right? I mean, maybe we could do this and have bland and boring there. And why would you ever? I mean, yeah, that makes more sense actually. So let me change these colors around mid-video because, like, yeah, bland and boring. And then why would you ever play this? Because like, there's no reason to play this, right? I mean, you could say, oh, what about the zombies mode? Yeah, but it's kind of dog shit, right? There's no reason to actually play this game. Except if you want to revisit the campaign once in a blue moon. But I think, then again, its campaign was just meh, right? And if you want to think of this like a tier list, you got S, A, B. I mean, but are these games C? I mean, yeah, C, D. And then you've got, just straight up dog shit in F, right? And haven't played. right? If you want to think of it like that, right? And I'm not trying to over bloat a category, right? I could over bloat S with all these, you know, games. I'll put these all in S, the golden age of Call of Duty. But no, we're trying to be fair and realistic here. Like Black Ops 3. I'll give you a spoiler hint here. This is my personal favorite Call of Duty game of all time. Why was that? Well, I put the most hours into this game. Of all these games here, this is the one I put the most hours into. I mean, I hit the only one I actually truly ever hit Master Prestige in. I can't put it goated. It's got a dog shit campaign that I've never actually completed. It is truly that horrific. However, it will go in amazing for two purposes. Best side mode of all time, zombies. This is the best side mode in the history of side modes of all Call of Duty games, right? It has the greatest zombies experience you could ever have. Okay, it has literally, I think, it has every World at War map, I think, in it. It has lots of Black Ops 1 maps in it. It has the best Black Ops 2 maps in it, right? It doesn't have Mob of the Dead, but it has, you know, Origins, right? It's got the Rise and Draha. It's got all the phenomenal maps, and being there at the time, right? This is a bit nostalgic based, all right? But this pick isn't. Putting it here is not. But truly, being alive in 2016 during the zombies playthrough is just was just a different time, right? But I'm not putting on the rose tinted glasses and go ho ho ho. There's what's up here. No, it's just the zombies is truly that good. All right. Now, if I wanted to, you know, suck it off, I put it up here, but I won't. All right. Multiplayer. It's got a top 3 multiplayer. I don't really care what anybody says. It has a top 3 multiplayer. All right. The advanced movement system really widened the skill gap between players. All right. And the amount of ways you could use it was just great. The wall running, the maps were great, water, swimming in them, and shit like that. This game was, like, its multiplayer, I think, is underrated. Alright, specialists were massive. They were unique. They were good. They had their own, you know, stylistic feel. The play style was different for each one of them. You had the tacticals. You had the lethals. Like the abilities, right? The weapon or the ability, and it was really good. I mean, its dog shit campaign is the only reason it's not in GOATed, alright? Because it has one of the worst campaigns in Call of Duty history. It just is that bad. Infinite Warfare. This one I really should put it here. I should. But I'll put it into has a reason to play. From what I heard, I have not played its campaign. From what I heard, it actually has a solid campaign. Pretty solid campaign. Its multiplayer is a carbon copy of Black Ops 3, but worse. With way worse maps, worse weapons, worse abilities. But its movement is literally a copy-paste of this Black Ops 3. It just is. But it has, you know, its zombies mode. Its zombies mode is better than Warfare, Advanced Warfare, but it's not very good. And this game itself is... It was doomed from the start. It was doomed from the start. But it was still a good game. I can't call it a good game. But there is a reason to play this game, right? Now, these games are just outdated, right? These two, that's why they're in the same tier. I mean, probably like that would probably be better, but we're not giving legacy bonuses here, right? Legacy bonuses, these would be up here, but we're not, right? And it looks kind of weird to have it like this, but, you know, you look at them and you think about them. I mean, yeah, it says pretty good campaign from what I've heard. Now, I probably should do this, but this doesn't fall in blended. You know, we'll do this, actually. We'll put here, and why would you ever play this? But it does have a reason to play it. So, I gotta change these up, actually. Hold on, I don't want to get rid of that. Oh, I got rid of it. Okay. Solid games, and then this would be, has a reason to play this. Because there is a reason to play these games. Now, what do I don't know. Yeah. Has a reason to play it. Has a reason to play it. Alright. And you have a reason to play these games. Bland and boring, I could probably put why would you ever play it instead of bland and boring. Yeah. We'll do that. Yeah. Why would you ever play this? There we go, that works actually. Because this fits right in here. But yeah, there's a reason to play these games. You know, the zombies mode, this one has a decent campaign, and this campaign's like, eh. And that zombies mode's like, eh. Why would you ever play this? World War II. There is absolutely no reason to play this. I found its multiplayer to be dog shit. It's not dog shit, but it's pretty dog shit. The whole war story that it told, I didn't. you have to actually care for what's his name, Zussman, Zus, some shit. I didn't, right? And the horrors of war and how truly like World War II was. This is just a better experience to do. This one was just better. It's just yeah. Multiplayer was awful, awful. Black Ops 4. It's solid. Its multiplayer is just meh, right? But I think it has the underrated zombies. Underrated zombies. Very underrated zombies. As so much so that it carries it to put it here in solid. Its zombies is actually pretty good. Now, I haven't played all the zombies maps. I don't know all the zombies maps. But I know 9. And I know how good 9 is. 9 is so good that I have confidence putting it right here. Because 9 is that good of a map. Now, I also wasn't really following around with this game all too much because this is 2018, and you know what happened in 2018? Prime Fortnite. Better. But it is a solid game. Fuck this game. I have to put it here. As much as I hate this game and what it did to Call of Duty with the introduction of Warzone, I think Warzone is horrible. Glad Warzone isn't here because that shit would go in absolute dog shit. If I could put Warzone on this tier list, it would go in absolute dog shit because I truly think it was absolute. I hate Warzone. I think I've never really got into Warzone. It's just, it is a dog shit battle royale and it's just not very good. But it's poo poo. It's poo poo. Now, Warzone is its its extra mode, but it also has its own thing. Warzone is its own thing in my opinion, right? But we're gonna look at this game without Warzone included and put it here. It has its flaws. Campaign's actually pretty solid. Actually, I remember playing this campaign and being pretty impressed. Not very much impressed, but it's a good campaign. Multiplayer, this is the most multiplayer I've dumped into a Call of Duty since Black Ops 3. I put a lot of time into this multiplayer. I really enjoyed it. I hated the maps for Respawn. I think it's hard to make a bad search map. Search and Destroy was the only game mode I ever played, basically. Because it actually was fun to play on this game. Now, it has its flaws, and that's why it's here. It's great with flaws. Rest in peace, Spec Ops. That mode was so god-awful in this. So god-awful. What were they thinking with it? I actually just straight up couldn't tell you. Because it truly was dog shit. But I think it does deserve to be here. Was that thing. It put Call of Duty kind of back on the map and people loved it. Cold War. Great with flaws. Now, this is I guess, unpopular opinion, because some people just can't use their brains to think. Everybody hated this game upon release. They do that with every Call of Duty. But this game has, in my opinion, the best campaign in the series. Absolute best. It's not even close. I can't say that. But it's really fucking good. It took what Black Ops 2 did with its campaign and the branching paths and all this shit and turned it to 11. I mean, dude, you can straight up. I don't want to spoil, of course, because this is a newer game. I say newer game. This shit came out in 2020. Oh my god. Okay. But it has, you can literally betray everybody. You can be the bad guy. You can let the bad guys win. That is crazy. Really good. Phenomenal game. Alright, multiplayer, I can't call it exactly a step down from 2019, right? But it's like a slight step down. But it's zombies. Zombies are underrated here. I think Black Ops 4 has better zombies, but it has a worse multiplayer and it doesn't even have a fucking campaign. It's got that bullshit. Don't remember. Right, this zombies, right? You have the first map. I can't remember the name of it. Alright, you have Firebase Z, right? Which were pretty good, solid maps. I actually don't think I've played the other maps. Totally should, but sorry, Call of Duty games are 100 fucking gigabytes, and I'm not playing that 400 gigabytes. It did have Prop Hunt. World War II had Prop Hunt, but yeah. It does have Prop Hunt, and it was fun. It was fun. Now, this game I truly never played. I didn't buy it. But from what I've known, and from basically everything I've heard about the game, the zombies was an absolute disaster. It goes here. It's absolute dog shit. I have never seen anything about this campaign. Just can say it's absolute dog shit. It's multiplayer I have absolute everything I've heard, absolute dog shit. It's zombies. Absolute dog shit. Now, truly, this should go here. I haven't played it. I can't really give a firm opinion on it, but it's here. Because fuck it. Oh boy. Modern Warfare 2. This game is polarizing. Because as... Like, I want to put it here. I truly do. I truly do. I think. I actually will. Modern Warfare 2. First of all, let's... Did it have an extra mode? I don't think... I mean, it had Warzone, I guess. It had DMZ. Alright, DMZ Warzone. I know I wasn't going to include Warzone, right? But this had... he introduced DMZ with its Warzone, right? And I know it's kind of different. I want to make Warzone its own thing. And I hate Warzone. But DMZ was kind of fun. It was kind of fun. It just also just didn't last, but it's kind of cool concept, right? Multiplayer was pretty solid. It might be a step down from... Man, actually... Yeah, man, I don't like Cold War's placement, man. But it feels so wrong to have Cold War way up here. But I'm going to put it here. Here's my reasoning, right? It has the best campaign, in my opinion. And it has solid zombies with a solid multiplayer. Black Ops 3 is the worst campaign with solid the top 3 multiplayer and top 3 zombie and best zombies, right? Modern Warfare 3 has, you know, top 5, 6 campaign, top 5, 6 campaign for Modern Warfare 2, and it has a top, you know, 5, 6 multiplayer, top 5, 6 multiplayer. It has got top 5 side mode. Its side mode's a little iffy. Because it's it's kind of hard to compare it, and this has like it's a solid side mode, but really it gets you off of its name value mostly, but it also was just that good of a game. Cold War would I think put up here because, but like this has a great campaign. Alright, this campaign is underrated. I think the story of the campaign itself is pretty bad. That's why it's going to stay down here with flaws. This had a better story for its campaign, but this campaign's actual gameplay blew my socks off. When I played this for the first time, its actual gameplay, wow, I was shocked. This campaign's story was nuts, and its gameplay was really good. This one had better gameplay, like actual like mission design and stuff. Its multiplayer was just much worse. It was a worse of this. This campaign's really good. But its actual gameplay was phenomenal. I think it's underrated for that. I don't think people really talk about it that much. I mean, I haven't played Modern Warfare 3, but I'll put it here. Why would you ever play? I haven't bought this one. Why would I ever play it? Right? Dog shit campaign. The story of the campaign is horrible, and it's like an hour and a half long or something from what I've heard. Wow, it's bad. And I don't want to put it. I want to put it here. I truly want to put it here. But from what I've seen, its multiplayer is very similar to this, which means it's not absolute dog shit. And that will be the best Call of Duty tier list you could ever make, in my opinion. I think it's the best Call of Duty tier list you can ever make, right? It has the best game. Can I call Cold War top 5? It's kind of crazy, huh? But then you have, I guess, have top 10s, and then you have the rest, right? So this would go like, let's like, do I want to? I don't have it labeled left to right, right? But like, I mean, yeah, I like Cold War over Black Ops 1. It's got a better campaign. Its multiplayers are kind of similar, if not, hey, this has a better multiplayer. And its zombies are probably a pretty similar experience. Nostalgia is gonna make people think this is better, but it maybe wasn't. Cold War is underrated, in my opinion. So yeah, I mean, like if we did this like this, and this was like number based, I mean, we got 1. I really don't care which ones you put at 2 through 5 here. Really don't care what you put, you know, 6 through 8 here. Really don't care what you put 9 through 11 here. Really don't care which one you put, you know, 12 and 13. Don't really care which one is, you know, 14, 15, and this one's, you know, 16, 17. And I think this is, in my opinion, the best tier you can get. Purely, like, looking at it constructively, English. Looking at them critically and with constructive criticism, and looking at them without the rose-tinted goggles. Because if I had the rose-tinted goggles, it would be it's my favorite campaign of all. It's my not favorite campaign. It's my favorite Call of Duty game of all time. But I'm not blinded by the fact that Black Ops 2 is just a better game. It doesn't really matter left to right, but this will be the tier list, and that's all I've got. 30-minute recording session. It's past midnight. I got work in the morning, so this is gonna be a fun experience. But it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. No, that's the tier list. Let me know in the comments what you guys would change and how, you know, wrong my, you know, thought process is, and if you put on your rose-tinted glasses and move things around the way you were, and do not defend Ghost or Vanguard or even Modern Warfare 3 or World War 2. Do not defend those games. Those games are not very good, and please do not defend them, because I'm just going to ignore your opinion, to be honest with you, because they're not underrated at all. They're not good games. Anyways, that's about all I've got. Mine is Lobica 1, and this is the start of my month-long journey for daily uploads. 2 p.m. Pacific time every day these will be uploaded. So like, comment, and subscribe. Please do. Let me quit my job, please. I want to make a comment what you would change, and I can leave a link to the tier list here, in the description, to make your own tier list. And I mean, you could send them to me on some random social media that I don't use. Don't do that, actually. That's all I've got. Might as well go one. Hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you tomorrow, actually, because we're doing daily uploads for the month of May. I'm Lobica 1. Please subscribe. I'll see you next time. Peace.